What's up, guys? Today we're going to check out the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on 4K Blu-ray. I'm not here to talk about how good or bad this movie is. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot on 35mm film. It's got a 4K DI, which was scanned from the movie's original negative. It's rated PG. Runtime is 93 minutes, aspect ratio is 185:1, and the audio gets a brand new Dolby ATMOS mix. Before we take a look at this audio and see how active this mix is, if you don't know what the Dolby ATMOS object viewer is, you can find a link down below in this video's description that tells you all about it, what it does, and where you can get it. You can also find a list of all the equipment that I use for these 4K reviews down there as well. Now, jumping into the ATMOS viewer, I will say that this mix is mostly a 7.1.2 channel mix for a good percentage of the runtime. I'd say for maybe about 90% of the runtime. So coming in at around 3 minutes 40 seconds in, we can hear Raphael Size flying through the air across the front stage, which is the first time I believe we get some dynamic movement. At 10 minutes 42 seconds, Leo throws the pizza up in the air and you can hear him slice the pizza in the top front channels until you hear the pizza drop and land in the center channel right on the plate. Up until now, most of the overhead activity stays in the top middle row, with those two scenes coming from the top fronts. At 48 minutes 10 seconds, after Shredder gives Tatsu the evil eye, you can hear him storm off in the back channels, which will now light up the top rear speakers. And it's actually very noticeable when he starts knocking over the boxes back there. Shortly after that, at 49 minutes 5 seconds, we get the same thing, except Splinter can be heard talking in the back of the room while Danny is in the front of the room. I think these are the two scenes that are maybe the best sounding surround moments in the entire movie. I only say that because it sounds like they used an up mixer to extract ambiance from the lower channels and just threw it up to the top middles. So most of the surround that's coming out of the top middle channels is just really light echo. Now, if you are running only 4 top channels, then you'll get more activity out of those 4 channels, but since I am running 6, most of the activity comes out of the middle. That being said, we do have a voiceover from April coming in at around 52 minutes and 9 seconds, which comes out hard from the top front channels, and the same effect happens when the Turtles summon Splinter in the campfire scene. Now, despite this getting a new mix, I found the dialogue to sound thin, so it leaned more on the brighter side. A little EQ on Arrow's part could have helped this mix out a lot. The voiceover parts with April just came across distractingly bright, and I didn't think it sounded natural at all. As for the bass response, the MC Hammer song and the campfire scene I thought made the best use of my subwoofers, while the rest of the movie there wasn't really too much going on. I know it's from 1990, and for the most part it still sounds like it's from an older mix.
Kawabunga. Huh?
Video quality wise, if you are a grain hater, then you will absolutely despise this 4K transfer. This might be one of the grainiest 4K transfers I've seen in quite some time, and I just reviewed Minority Report. The positive thing is that they didn't try to AI or DNR the grain away, which would have no doubt ended up looking like True Lies or worse, Terminator 2. I'd say this is in the medium to high levels of grain. If you can look past the grainy structure, there is some really good detail underneath. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to when I watched this last on Blu-ray, or maybe it was on VHS, but you can clearly see the foam textures on all the Turtles costumes and all the seams where all the parts just join together. There are several shots where detail is very crisp and detailed, and other times where it's heavily buried under grain and just looks muddy. Most of these shots are darker where the detail is crushed and the grain just takes over. As for the HDR, this does look slightly more saturated coming from the older Blu-ray, so greens are more vibrant and the overall look just has a touch more pop to it. The biggest change is the color grade for the Foots hideout where all the kids are skateboarding and smoking. The Blu-ray looks warm while the 4K version now looks cooler, so it leans more on bluer tones. What is the correct way for this scene? I have no idea, but I think it looks great either way. Specular highlights throughout have more highlight recovery, which you can see from some of the lighting fixtures and from those fiery flames in April's apartment. The black levels now reveal more shadow detail in almost every shot and cleans up what was once muddy on the Blu-ray version. Overall, I think this is a very nice upgrade coming from the 1080p Blu-ray. So I'm gonna go with an 8.3 for video. Audio-wise, I kept thinking that this probably would have sounded just as good, if not better, if I just upmixed it myself. I felt it lacked any body and sounded thin and also bright at times. There's a few really nice surround moments, and I suppose that it is cool that they did make an attempt to bring it up to today's audio standards by giving this a new ATMOS mix. But as a whole, I thought it was just lackluster. I'm gonna go with a 6.5 for audio. So what are your thoughts on this new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4K transfer? Do you prefer this one or the older Blu-ray? And what did you think of the ATMOS mix? Leave your comment down below and let me know. Now, if you do want to pick up this movie, I will leave some links for it down below in this video's description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media. And if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by my Patreon page. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you again in the next video.